Johnny, you know, first UFC win, obviously a big moment in your career. Just talked about what the feeling's like for you right now.
It feels great, man. That was the only thing that was missing. You know, I know I was in the UFC, but getting a win in here was super important to me. You know, I've seen it so many times. I've been in the sport a long time. A lot of guys, they make it to the UFC and like they become complacent, not hungry anymore. Like, oh, I made it. Like, mama, I made it. For me, it was never like that. I always knew I'd be here, and yeah, so it was super important to me to get the win and accomplish my other goals, and that's just to be the best version of myself, be the best fighter in the world, and keep working hard so I can keep climbing up.
You said you knew you'd always be here, right? But you know, this past year, the loss, delays, all these things. I mean, was there any point along that time where a little self-doubt does creep in, or you start wondering, like, is the journey not going to play out the way I thought it would?
I mean, throughout when COVID hit and all that stuff, like not having no fights, then getting my call, it wasn't how I visualized making my debut. No fans, none of that. I didn't have the proper fight week, so I never visualized it in my head. And I feel like when you visualize stuff, they could come true. You know what I mean? That's the power of the mind. So when I visualized it and that happened, it was not what I visualized. And I honestly believe that had a lot to do with it as well, because you know the mind is a powerful thing. So this is what I truly visualize, walking out in that crowd, feeling that energy. And I love fighting in front of a crowd, man. Like, I do great under pressure, the energy, I just love it. I'm a natural show-off at heart, so I like to go out there and showcase what I could do. And yeah, man, this is what I visualized today. Like, this was my UFC debut. Yeah.
Was the feel completely different walking to the cage? I mean, knowing you've done it before and it being the right scenario and everything, I mean, did everything just feel different?
I could tell you felt different than fighting the Apex for sure. But yeah, this is what I visualized. I mean, I'm used to fighting in big arenas when I was fighting on the regional scene, sold out crowds like that. So this is what I was used to. This is like I felt home. When I walked out, heard the crowd going wild. I ain't even from Texas, you know what I mean? And they're like, it seemed like they're in my favor. And I was just like, this is my moment. Like, I'm not going to be denied today. Like, this is my day today. And having Brandon Moreno in the back tell me the same thing in the back, like, in Spanish, obviously, but it's telling me that you're the best in the world. And then when I walked behind the curtain, I knew, like, I'm the best in the world. No one could beat me today.
That's awesome. I mean, obviously, you want to get the fight to the ground, right? I mean, that's where you're dominant. But you showed a lot of patience, right? So, I mean, is that the plan? Is that something you have to focus on, is to not be, like, overly aggressive and try to take it early?
Yeah, it's super important. I think that comes with maturity in the fight game. Like, you got to be patient. You can't be over-aggressive. If you're over-aggressive, you waste so much energy. And if the guy's defending, especially this high level, guys are going to be good. They're going to be tough. You can't waste all that energy out there. So you got to use your technique, use your brains. And that's what I was looking to do. I felt comfortable on the feet. I felt I wish I would have let loose a little more, but he was kind of not engaging, so I couldn't find that range. He kept staying back. I was surprised he was backing up towards the cage in the beginning of the first round. So I kind of like knew, okay. So, and when I hit the takedown the first round, I didn't even plan that. It just kind of happened. Like, I don't even remember thinking in my head, I need to go for a takedown. And to me, that's when you become dangerous, when your body just does it, you didn't even think it, you know what I mean? And to me, like, that's why I had success with those takedowns. Both takedowns, actually, it didn't come across my head to get the takedown. It just happened, he stepped in, and we hit the floor with the takedown.
That's awesome. Then when you get to the back, is that it? I mean, is it game over every time?
Yeah, when I had the back, like, I knew it was my thing to gain, just be patient. I'm big, like, on the students I teach. Like, I teach jiu-jitsu back home, so I always tell my students, like, hey, when you get the back, it's a dominant position. To me, the most dominant position you could have, because your opponent cannot see you. And in MMA, you could punch him, he can't see you, you could choke him, submissions open up. It's super important not to lose it, be patient. You're patient enough, the submission will come, the finish will come. So I knew when I had it, it was just, okay, this is my game, just a matter of time, and that's what I showed.
Nice. And last thing for me, I mean, obviously you're going to want to enjoy tonight and enjoy the moment, but what's next? I mean, do you feel like a need to make up for lost time and book something quick, or is there a date on the calendar you're looking at? What's the next move?
Yeah, I want to talk to my team, talk to my manager. We'll discuss all that. We'll enjoy this win tonight, but definitely I want to get back in there before the year ends and to just start my career off, you know what I mean? I need to keep the momentum going, so I'd like to get in there before the year ends for sure.
What was the inspiration, the first thing you said in your post-fight interview about the smell out there?
Oh, the smell
Was that something you planned, or you just in the moment?
I think it was in the moment. This was look, man. I haven't fought in front of a crowd since 2019. You know what I mean? It's been a long time not fighting in front of a crowd, so I just felt the moment out there. As soon as I walked out, the music hit. I heard the fans. I was like, this is where I belong. You know what I mean? This is home. It felt like a sparring session, honestly, just with fans watching. And yeah, we're in Texas too. Like, I don't know, freedom. Like, they're all about freedom out here in Texas. My wrestling coach, Jason Conine, he's from San Antonio, so I knew that'd make him happy over there. But yeah, just, you know, that Texas spirit, I think they loved it, and I have a lot of respect for the people out here in Texas. They're very rough.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.